I'm doing a little bit of a different video. I have actually been looking out for these for so long because I'm like addicted to watching people's Michaels hauls on YouTube as well. So I've seen a lot of videos going around recently, well actually I think they've been going on for a little while now, about grab bags at Michaels. So like in their clearance section sometimes they do grab bags for items that they probably are finding difficult to sell just because they're discontinuing them, or you know, they're getting rid of them. They might be slightly damaged, so they're trying to obviously, you know, get rid of them. And so I managed to eventually find one. It's taken me a little while because in my where I generally live, I've never seen them do this before, but I did go a little bit out of town the other day and I did manage to actually find one. So I was really excited and I picked one up. I believe this one was about $5, I think, $4 or $5. And so the bag is now a little bit damaged, but you get the idea. So I'm just going to quickly show you it for you. It's actually quite stuffed with things, which I was surprised about for the money. But in general, the ones online that I have seen actually look really stuffed with things as well. So, you know, it looks like they're actually really good value for money, and I've seen a lot of other people doing videos on these grab bags and actually getting some really decent things in them, which is surprising sometimes for buying it out of clearance. So this is the bag. It is kind of very ripped open, and you can kind of see a few things in here already. But I'm going to go through the bag and pick out the things that I've got and have a look at them and see what we can do with them. I'm really into crafting actually, so I think a lot of these things are actually going to be rather useful for me. There might be other things that I can, you know, obviously donate, maybe a few things that I can sell, give to friends, that sort of thing. So I'm going to be going through these, and yeah, we'll have a look. Okay, so I think the first thing that's sticking out and looking at me is, and you see I think a few of the things in here actually, I'm going to have to put it down. A few of these things are obviously opened already. There's a few things I think missing from some of the packets, which is obviously why they can't necessarily sell them as a general kind of clearance item, because obviously they're opened or they're probably classed as damaged. So the first thing I have is this quite pretty actually, quite nice American flag ribbon. Obviously this has been put in there I think because of obviously, you know, it's been damaged and I don't think it's got the full amount on. So honestly I do wonder what happens to some of these things or how they actually end up in this condition. I wonder. I don't know whether it's people take some of these things or what happens, but yeah. So anyway, so this is actually really quite nice. And this would obviously be great for the 4th of July, so this might end up in some crafting project for me closer to that time. And there's probably still quite a considerable amount on the roll here. And this was originally $6.99. It doesn't say how much was originally on the roll. I think it probably said it on this side and it's not there anymore. But I would say there would be a good couple of yards still left on this particular roll. So that's not bad at all. Alright, the second thing that I've received is this packet of brushes, I think. Yeah, brushes. This one is obviously opened already, and I believe there's probably a few missing. Doesn't look like there was 10 pieces originally, and I have 6 of the pieces. So there you go, not bad. Nice clean brushes, and obviously be useful for something. Even if I use these for something and then, you know, maybe even if they're only like a one-time use and I just use these to be included in a different crafting project where I need something like this, you know, just to help me out, whether it's obviously using glue or Mod Podge or something like that, and then I can obviously, you know, either wash them if they wash up nicely or, you know, obviously almost free if you consider everything else that's in here. So this particular product is a little bit random, but I have this stack of animals, so I probably will give this to somebody I know that has children. By Toob. I don't know whether anybody has heard of that before, but it looks like we've got a farmyard collection called Down on the Farm. So we've got an array of different farmyard pieces of equipment and animals, so I'm sure somebody will love that. And honestly, I think it's got everything in it. The only reason it's ended up in this box is because the bottom is opened a little bit. So yeah, that's my next thing. Not too bad. Alright, let's see. Oh, I can see something catching my attention already. It's this. Alright, so this is, and I see these all the time and I never buy them because they're always, I think, even though they are worth what is inside them, I always think, oh gosh, that's too much to spend on that. Even though I love washi tape, it's so pretty. I could use it on all sorts of different things that I craft with. But these tubes are usually about $20 each, and I know that this one is probably worth it, right? It's a 14-piece set, and I think there's always like a 40% off coupon that you can use at Michael's all the time. So, you know, depending on the circumstance, I think it would probably be worth it. But this is even better because there's actually all of them I would use. They're all very pretty. You can see there one says so sweet, lol, way awesome. You've got like a super glittery one, which obviously is very appealing to me. Polka dot one, another kind of polka dot one, and then another one that says the days of the week, which would be good for kind of people that like planning and things like that, and obviously scrapbooking. So yeah, I would say this is probably, you know, maybe a quarter of a tube if they were all sat correctly. So I'd say there's probably about $5 or $6 worth of washi tape in here, which is not bad at all, and I would use them all. Alright, now look what's next. Alright, so it looks like we have a flat enamel, a flat enamel finishing set. I don't know whether I would personally get as much use out of this as somebody else. Let's see. But I guess this would be something that, you know, I could give to somebody or could be sold, that sort of thing. Let me just see. Obviously you can tell the box has been kind of damaged at the top. Let's see if we pull it out, whether we've got much of the contents in it, because I think that's one of the things is you never really know with these mystery bags, like what you're going to get inside them, whether you're actually going to get much of, you know, much of the product that's left. Well, to me, it pretty much looks like we've got most of the things in here. We've definitely got, I don't know what this is, but we've definitely got, I think it's like an X-Acto knife that comes with it. Let me have a look. Cement for plastic models. I mean, this is something that, like I said, it's not really my field of crafting, but it looks to me like we have a full set, or at least maybe there's something missing here that would have originally gone there. But apart from that, I think we've got all the enamels, so pretty good. I don't know how much this would have cost originally, but I'm guessing probably about $15 at least for something like this. Okay, let me put this down one moment. Alright, the next thing I have, which is kind of random, but actually I think this would be great for maybe a baby shower or something like that, is these like thick Kraft, you can tell how thick they are, thick Kraft cardboard like baby grows, I think. One of them has a heart, the other one are just general, and they have the holes in them already, so you could probably make a banner, if you can imagine that, you know. And you could decorate these, you could put writing on them, you could put stickers on them. So yeah, I think these would actually be, you know, a random find at first, but I think I could probably do something with these in the future that might actually be quite nice. So that's good as well, I think. I think so far, so good. Alright, the next thing we have, again, looks like a full set, so I'm not even sure why this has even been included in this one, but this is 6 clamps and magnets. Doesn't look like something I would personally use, although I can see it being useful for things that you kind of glue together and need a little bit more stability. So maybe I'll give this to my husband or something like that. But yeah, it looks like the full set's in there. It looks like there's 3 different clamps there and then a little holder. Oh, possibly, sorry, a magnet. But they all look like they're there, and there's 3 different sizes, so that looks pretty useful to me. So that's a full pack. Let me see. So the next thing I have is this pack of scented wax melts, as you can see there, full pack. Probably the only reason this has been placed in here is just because we have, you know, obviously the holiday season is over. It's probably not something that they're, you know, are selling anymore after the kind of the clearance sale. I feel like I've got glitter on me. Yeah, after the, you know, they usually do like a Christmas or a seasonal sale after the holiday. So it looks like possibly this has been something that was originally just going to get thrown out, or maybe, you know, put away for next year. But this says it was originally $3.99, and not bad. So that can definitely be saved for, you know, next Christmas. So we have this. Let me see. Okay. Alright, I have this, which looks like it's been kind of bent, and definitely paper has been pulled out from this, because I'm sure it probably wasn't this thin before. But this is one of those paper pads that they have with the nice pretty paper. So as you can see, there's polka dots and there's stripes. we've got pineapples, we've got flamingos, we have like a nice, what's that, scalloped pattern. Different things I guess you could use there and cut out and use individually in a scrapbook. Some very floral prints, so not bad at all there as well. And I know that this pack was originally $5.99 for 24 sheets, and I would say that there is a good portion of those 24 sheets still left in there, so that's not bad at all. And I do a lot of scrapbooking and a lot of like craft, just general paper craft, so this will definitely come in handy as well. Let's see. Alright, the next thing is very random, but you know what, I think this could come in handy. This is a Ultra Leaf Shine Foliage Polish, cleans leaves, repels dust. And I don't know whether this is just used, I'm assuming this could be used on, you know, real flowers, but also possibly to give kind of fake flowers a little bit more of a real look. I don't know, I'll have to research this a little bit better, but this is Design Master Ultra Leaf Shine. And the only thing missing from this looks like it's the top. It might have been lightly used, but quite honestly, it feels still like the full amount is still in here. Yeah, so I'll have to give that a go. I do a lot of like floral arrangements and things like that, so this might be really good to kind of try out, and I will report back on that one. Alright, let me see. We're coming to the end. I have a super random one here. In fact, I think this is old candy. I thought these were originally pins, but they're not. It looks like they're candy. So this is a Dylan's candy bar, you know, like candy dispenser, gumball machine. And it looks like these are actually candy. So I don't know whether I'm going to keep these, because I don't know, this doesn't look like there's any date or anything like that on them, expiry date. This has probably been attached to something, you know, another product that isn't in this box. So, you know, you win some, you lose some. Alright, let's see, we're coming pretty much to the end here. So there's these wooden dowels. Again, not quite sure, I was going to say, not quite sure why these were actually in here, but it looks like somebody's opened the bag here, so probably a few have been taken. But in general, 230 piece, I think most of those, or the majority of them, are probably still in there. So that's not bad at all either. I have a few paints in here. I have 3 different paints. I have the neon. They all look a little bit like they're not mixed properly. Okay, here we go. Not too bad. So these are by Creatology. These are the neon paints. So I've been given the pink one. I've been given the like a coral coloured one here. And I've also got the green version as well. I think this one looks like it's probably been used a bit, but I mean, at the end of the day, these are kind of like, you know, these are for like child's painting. I could probably even use these myself, to be honest, but you know, there's still paint in these bottles. I mean, these two are definitely full. This one's probably been used a little bit, but in general, you know, again, not too bad at all, and I could probably give those to somebody that has a child that I know. Let me see. This one is a packet of ties for kind of, I mean, I would use these for like sealing up bread, sealing up, you know, if you ever do like little mini hampers, you could use one of these ties on the top, because they're the pretty silver ones. But this has definitely obviously been opened. I mean, I'm not quite sure what this is, but yeah, there's definitely a good few in those, you know, good few in there, and they're all together, so those could come in handy. And then last but not least, I have, just bear with me a second here, I've just dropped one on the floor. You don't need to pick that one up, because I think you'll get the general idea from the ones that I have in my hand here. Oh, one's coming out. Alright, here we go. So these are the Crayola Twistables, it looks like. Yeah, the Crayola Twistables. And these, I guess, are kind of the fancy version of what I would have used as a child, like the general crayons. I mean, gosh, these look exciting. Let's have a look. So, the Crayola Twistables. So I guess you just twist the bottom and they come up quite easily. So, definitely a lot better than when I was little, but let me see if... I'm trying to draw my hand, it's not working. It's probably going to work on paper, isn't it? But in general, let me see if I can... do a swatch for you. I feel like I'm doing makeup or something. Let me see. Yeah, these work pretty good to me. There we go. And quite easy to use as well, actually. You don't need to sharpen them or anything like that, so there isn't, you know, there isn't the mess factor. So yeah, I could probably give these to somebody that I know as well with a child, because I think these would be very useful. So yeah, and it looks like, to be honest, I don't know how many was in the full set, but it looks like I've got a decent amount of the ones that were possibly in there. It looks like there's a good variety of colours there. Is there anything else? Oh yes. Oh. Just hit my head there. Just falling into my own things. And the last one I have here, which I should have included in the neon paints, but it was hiding from me, is this yellow neon paint as well. I keep thinking the camera's over here as well, and I'm probably going to be annoying you because I'm looking over there. But here's the last one. There we go. Alright, so I think this concludes my grab bag haul from Michael's. I think we've got some good things here. We have the paints, we have the ribbon, we have the melts, we have the clamps, the paint brushes, the dowels, the ties. I have the Baby Grow banner material. I have that enamel set, which I'll have to look into to see how much that was worth originally. I have the Kraft paper, and I also have those twistable crayons, and let's not forget the box of farm animals. I think this is definitely the most random thing inside there, but I wouldn't necessarily say, you know, it was bad. So yeah, I think this was a really good grab bag actually, and definitely for the price I think it was worth it. Oh, and this as well. Forgot about this. This is probably actually worth a good at least $10 or something like that. This is a big can. And obviously, I know it's not spray paint, but things like spray paint and that sort of thing can actually be, you know, quite expensive. So yeah, I think we've got some really good items here. I hope you enjoyed watching my specific Michael's haul, and I think I'll probably pick up another one of these if I can in the future when the next have the deal going on. As far as these actually coming out in stores, I'm not quite sure of the you know, whether they come out at certain times of the year or whether it's just totally random, whether it's dependent on the particular store, you know, like the local store. So I would just keep a lookout in your Michael's store. These ones for me were closer to the checkout rather than in the clearance section, but I would definitely check out both areas because I think a few people have found them in different places in their store depending on, you know, who I've watched on YouTube as well. So yeah, I will conclude this video. I hope you found this interesting. I definitely think that this is something for you to look out for. Again, it's Freebie February. I don't know whether this would be classified as free, but I think this is a pretty good deal. So yeah, I think this is definitely something to look out for, especially if you're somebody like me that loves crafting. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you tune into my next one tomorrow, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you very much and have a great day. Bye.